Let us start simplification English medium batch class 1. From this lesson, 2 or 3 questions may be asked in any examinations. Firstly, I have to go through the question number 1, that is, a servant has been kept for 30 days on the ground that for each present day he will be given rupees 200 and for each absent day he will be deducted rupees 50. If he gets only rupees 5,000 at last, find out the number of days he remains absent. See here. Question is telling you, if a servant is present for a day, he will be paid rupees 200 for that day. But if he absents that day or one day, certainly he will be taken 50 rupees out, subtracted 50 rupees out from his payment made there. That means this is a matter for 30 days. Okay, see here. For 30 days, you will have to suppose the question has demanded you the absent days. That means we have to suppose he remained X days absent. X days absent. That means out of 30, if he is X days absent, certainly 30 minus X days he was present there. Now, it is very much clear to you now, 30 minus X days he remained present there, he remained on duty there, but for X days he remained absent as well. That means in order to make the bill, make the total payment of his at the last of 30 days, you will have to calculate like this. That means 30 minus X days he remained present there, and for each present day he will be paid rupees 200. That means we have to multiply this by 200. This was his got amount. He was to be paid this amount. But according to the norms, as he remained X days absent, there 50 rupees per day to be deducted. That means for X days 50 into X rupees will have to be deducted from this payment he was getting. This must be taken out. Now this is the total payment paid to him, and the total payment paid to him was rupees 5,000. That means you got an equation here, and then you have to solve this equation in order to get the value of X, and that will be your final answer. See here, 6,000 minus 200x minus 50x equals to 5,000. Now this is 250x equals to 1,000 and x equals to 4. That means you told the examiner he remained X days absent. He remained X days absent. That means 4 days absent. This is your final answer. See the answer, that is 4 days there. Note down. This is based upon negative marking, and negative marking is prevailing in each and every examination. For last 20 years, you can say, each and every examination maintains negative marking now. This negative marking was introduced some years ago. I told you near about 20 years ago, as students who are not studying well must be without negative marking if the situation is calculated. He must opted any option, and thus he got some numbers there. That was inaccurate calculation of getting the marks by any student. However, in order to check this defaults, you can say, check this default, you can say, certainly this negative marking was absent in your examination as well as in official duties in private sectors. Thus you got the answer, he remained 4 days absent. Now again, through tricky approach, you have to solve this question. See here, how many days he remained absent there, that is to be pointed out. For this we have to remember the steps for tricky approach. See here, You have to suppose, had he been present each and every day, that means for 30 days he would have present there. Okay, certainly his payment must be 30 into 200. That means if the servant was present each and every day for 30 days, he must have got 6,000 rupees only. But he got only 5,000. That means there is a lack of 1,000. This must be divided by, say, this must be divided by 1,000, must be divided by the sum of total, that means 200 plus 50, that is 250. Now, if 250 divides 1,000, this is 4 days. The right answer came to you? Note down. That means in negative marking situation, what you have to do is, in order to get the absent days, in order to get the wrong answered questions, certainly the maximum marks he can have, the maximum marks he can have, the maximum payment he can have, minus the payment got in actual, divided by the sum of the two. That means if present 200 rupees must be got, if absent 50 rupees must be taken out. That means we have to divide such result by 200 plus 50, that is 250, and you got the number of days he remained absent there. If the question asks you here, how many days he remained present there, certainly you have to use this trick only, and then 4 days must be taken out from the 30 days. In next question, you will be seeing that in question number 2. See here. See. Question number 2. The question is, a servant has been kept for 30 days on the ground that for each present day he will be given rupees 400, and for each absent day he will be deducted rupees 100. If he gets only rupees 800 at last, find out the number of days he remains present. Find out the number of days he remains present, but you have to find out the days he remained absent. Firstly, you will have to get the value of absent days, then this days will be subtracted from the total 30 days. Okay. In order to get the number of absent days, what you have to do, listen to me again. For 30 days, if he remained each and every day present, he could have 30 into 400, that means 12,000 rupees he could have. But he had only rupees 8,000, that must be subtracted from this, and this is 4,000 only. This must be divided by the total of the two. That means if he is present, 400 to be paid. If he is absent, 100 rupees to be taken out. That means you will have to divide this 4,000 by 500, and thus you got here 8 days. If the question asks you how many days he remained absent there, this would have been the answer. But the question has asked you how many days he remained present there. That means out of 30 he remained 8 days absent. That means your answer must be 20 days he remained present there. Note down. This is the solution of question number 2. If you want to go through the basic method will be remaining the same as in discussed in question number 1. You may see there. In order to make the basic equation, suppose x days he remained present there. He remained x days present there. That means 30 into x must be his payment, but he got only 8,000 due to the absent days. That means for absent days, 30 into x days present. Sorry, x days present. That means 4,000 per day. 400x minus 30 minus x days remained absent. For that 100 rupees was taken out, thus he got 8,000. Now you can solve here. 400, see here, yeah. X days remained present here. 400x minus, see here, 30 minus plus 100x equals to 8,000. This is 500. Just some mistake is there. Just see here. The question has asked you how many days he remained present there. Okay, no doubt, present there. 500x equals to 11,000. X equals to 2,000. 2020 522. This is your answer. See, this is your basic equation as discussed in question number 1. Exactly the same situation is prevailing here as well. I have supposed here the present days was x, that means 400x rupees could he have, but he got only 8,000 due to the negative marking, negative payment. Thus this is the equation and you got the answer 22 days. See, now coming to question number 3. Coming to question number 3. See, question number 3. Question number 3 is, in an examination, this is also based upon the negative marking situation, okay, but the language is somewhat different. In an examination, there were 100 questions. There were 100 questions. For each correct answer, 3 marks are given. For each correct answer, if you answer correctly, you will be paid 3 marks. And wrong, if you solve any question wrong, 1 mark must be deducted. He solved all the questions, but he got only 180 marks. Find out the number of questions he attempted wrong. Firstly, go through the tricky approach. He attempted wrong. See, had he solved all the questions correctly, he could have got 100 into 3, that means 300 marks at maximum. But he got only 180 marks. That must be taken out. This must be divided by the sum of the two. That means if the answer is correct, he gets only 3. If the answer is negative wrong, he is deducted by 1 mark. That means 3 plus 1, 4. This is 120 divided by 4. That means he answered 30 questions wrongly. Match the answer. 30 questions wrongly. That is the right answer. This is the tricky approach, exactly the same as discussed in question number 1, question number 2. But see here the basic method as well. That means you have to suppose he did X questions wrongly dealt. See, X questions. That means 100 minus X questions were dealt rightly. The examiner is giving marks. 100 minus X questions were right. That means 100 minus X into 3 marks were given to the candidate. Again, X questions were wrong. According to the norms, X into 1 marks must be subtracted from the got marks. And then the final marks got by him, that is 180. See here. 300 minus 3x minus x equals to 180. Now this is 4x 120 and x is 30. This is your answer through the basic method. This is the basic equation. Only one equation will be got, and certainly you have to calculate the and find the value of x. That is your final answer. No doubt. So the same situation prevailing here in negative marking. A servant was, that is the question. An examiner made a certain situation there, that is another example. All the negative marking situations will be dealt through the same method like this. Now, coming to question number 4. See, question number 4 is, in an examination there were 90 questions. For each correct answer, 4 marks will be given. For each wrong, 1 mark must be deducted. He solved all the questions, but he got only 210 marks. Find out the number of questions he attempted right. The question has asked you, the question had demanded you find the number of questions he attempted rightly. But in order to get the right questions attempted by him, you will have to find out the wrong question attempted by him. That means how many questions he dealt wrongly. See here, for that 90 questions were in total. 4 marks must be given to one correct answer. That means 90 into 4. He could have 360 marks had all the questions been dealt correctly. Minus, he got exactly 210 marks. This must be divided by 4 plus 1. That means 360 minus 210, that is 150 divided by 5. This is 30 question. That means this is not your answer. Had the question been asked how many questions were dealt wrongly, this would have been the answer. But the question has asked you how many right questions were dealt there by the candidate. That means out of 90 questions, he dealt 30 questions wrongly. That means he dealt only 60 questions rightly. This is your answer, 60 questions. Note down. This is the solution for question number 4. Thus you solve all the questions based upon negative marking like this. You have to solve all the negative marking situations through this tricky approach. Now come to question number 5. See. Now come to question number 5. 5. A servant had been kept for, same question, but quite difference is there. A servant had been kept for a year on the ground of rupees 30,000 and a watch. That means for a year has 12 months. That means for 12 months he will be paid rupees 30,000 plus 1 watch. See here, for 12 months a servant will have rupees 30,000 and 1 watch, but he remained absent for 3 months. Out of 12 months, he remained absent for 3 months. That means he remained working for only 9 months. 12 minus 3, that is 9. For 9 months, he was paid only rupees. For 9 months, he was paid only rupees 21,000 plus the same watch. That means you have to subtract equation 2 from equation 1. That is 3 months equals to 3 months. You can write only M, capital M, months. That means 3 months equals to 9,000 only. This is rupees 9,000. That means for 3 months rupees 9,000 is to be paid. For 9 months, 3 3 is 9. That means 9 to 27,000. See here, for 9 months the exact payment of that servant is rupees 27,000, but in place of rupees 20,000, he gets only rupees 21,000 plus 1 watch. That means the value of this watch, the cost of this watch is rupees 6,000. This must be the correct answer, rupees 6,000. See here, that is the correct answer. Note down. I will be repeating once. Note down. This is the right solution of question number 2. This is the right solution of question number 2. Question number 5. See, for 12 months the payment was rupees 30,000 plus 1 watch. He remained absent for 3 months. That means he remained present there for 9 months only. For 9 months he was paid only rupees 21,000 plus 1 watch, the same watch. That means after subtraction 3 months equals to only rupees 9,000. That means the total payment of 3 months is only rupees 9,000. But in place of 3 months, that means for payment of 9 months is rupees 27,000. That means for the 9 months total payment is rupees 27,000. But in place of that he pays rupees 21,000 plus 1 watch. That means that watch must be equal to rupees 6,000. The difference of rupees 27,000 and 21,000, that is rupees 6,000. That is your final answer. Now come to question number 6. Come to question number 6. See. Question number 6. In a group, there are some cos and some cox. There are some cos and some cox. Total number of heads is 70. Total number of heads is 70, and total number of legs is 220. See here. In a group, there are some cos. A cow has one head. See, listen to me. A cow has only one head but 4 legs. A cock has only one head but only 2 legs. In a group, heads are counted, that is 70. In the same group, legs are counted, that is 220. And now the question has asked you, find out the number of cocks there. ठीक है? See, since the question has asked you how many cocks are there, these are cows, these are cocks. Cocks means murga और ये गाय. How many number of cocks there? That means you have to suppose there are X cocks only out of 70. Out of 70 there are X cocks only. That means 70 minus X are cows there. And a cow has only 4 legs. That means 70 minus X into 4 legs are there, plus X cocks. A cock has only 2 legs. That means there are 2 into X legs from cocks. That means total legs must be equal to 20. This is your basic equation. Now solve this. 280 minus 4x plus 2x equals to 220. This is 2x equals to 60, x equals to 30. That means you answered the examiner. There are only 30 cocks out of 70. This must be the right answer. Match the answer first. Note down. Now come to the next method. See, in tricky approach you will be solving such type of questions like this very easy way. You have been asked how many cocks are there. How many cocks are there? How many cocks are there? See, suppose how many cocks are there, that means you have to suppose there are, see here, there are all cows in 70. There are all cows in 70. That means if there are 70 cows, certainly legs will be 70 into 4. But the legs are 220 only. This must be subtracted. That means 280 minus 220. This must be divided by the difference between the legs of a cow and a cock. That means the difference between legs of a cow and legs of a cock is 4 minus 2. Now this 2 will divide 60 and you got 30. See here. Since you supposed in the beginning all are cows there in that group, you will be getting the answer for cocks. If you suppose here all are cocks, answer will be of cows. That means since you have supposed all are cows in that group, certainly you are getting 30 cocks here. What will be supposed here? Answer will be the opposite of that. That means if you suppose all are cocks, answer will be of cows. All are cows, answer will be of cocks. Note down. This is your final trick. Very simple method. Whatever be asked to be answered, certainly you go just opposite to that. The remaining for the remaining term, that means how many cocks are there? How many cocks are there? You have to suppose all are cocks, cows. All are cows. The real legs be taken out. Then this must be divided by the difference of the legs between the two. Okay. Now come to question number 7. Now come to question number 7. See, in a group there are some cows and some cocks. Total number of heads is 80. Total number of heads is 80, and total number of legs is 260. 260. Find out the ratio of cows and cocks. Cows and cocks. This has been demanded. This will be solved through 2 methods, okay? However, I can solve this question through 7 or 8 methods. But no need to focus on that. You have to accept the real one that is to be applied by you. See, suppose you have to point out the number of cows first. You have to point out the number of cows first. For that, you will have to suppose all are cocks. All are cocks. That means if 80 cocks are in a group, certainly legs will be 80 into 2, that is 160. That is 160. And you have to get the difference. That means 260 minus 160, that is 100. This must be divided by the difference of the legs of the 2. That means this is 50. See here. Since you have supposed all are cocks here, certainly this will be the number of cows. That means 50 cows are there. Okay, 50 cows are there. Out of 80, 50 cows are there. That means 30 cocks are there. 30 cocks are there. Now put the value here. 50 ratio 30. You got 5 ratio 3. Note down. This must be the right answer. 5 ratio 3 is the answer of question number 7. Note down. In order to get the number of cows first, you will have to suppose all are cocks. That means if 80 cocks are there, 80 into 260 legs must be there, but there are 260 legs in toto. In final, in correct situation, certainly the difference is 100, and that must be divided by the difference of the legs between the 2. That means the difference of the legs of cows and cocks. That means a cow has only 4 legs, a cock has only 2 legs, the difference will be only 2. This 100 must be divided by the 2 in order to get the number of cows. Okay? Since you have supposed here all are cocks, answer will be of cocks. If you suppose here all are cows, answer will be of cocks. Now, you can have the ratio directly without having the numbers of cows and cocks. See here, another method. Here must be written cows, here must be written cocks. Okay? See, you have to suppose all are, you can have calculation based upon only one piece as well. You can have calculation based upon all the pieces as well. See here. Since there are 80 cows and cocks in toto, you have to suppose all are cows only. 80 cows are there. 80 into 4, 320 legs must be there. 80 cocks are there. 80 into 2, 160 legs must be there. But finally, the correct situation of legs is 260. You have to got the difference here, that is 100. You have to got the difference here, that is 60. 25 are 23 are. Thus you got the answer. You can have the answer like this as well. Cows, cocks. See here. A cow has only 4 legs. A cock has only 2 legs. But see here, 260 legs out of 80. The rough work is 260 out of 80. That means, see here, 13 by 4. 13 by 4. This must be written here, 13 by 4. Now have the difference here, that is 5 by 4. 4 for 16. 3 by 4. This is cancelled. Again you got the answer 5 ratio 3. That means you can suppose only one cow, only one cock. You can suppose all are cocks, all are cows, all are cocks, and so on. Note down. That means if you have been demanded by the examiner, you have to find out the ratio between the number of cows and the number of cocks. Certainly you may have this method as well, but no need to go through this It is not mandatory for you. You can have you can have the answer through the first method as well. In order to get the number of cos, you have to suppose all are cox in that group. Thus you got the number of cos, and the remaining will be number of cox, and get the ratio. Now coming to question number 8. Coming to question number 8. See, coming to question number 8. In a box there are 100 notes of denominations rupees 20 and rupees 50. See here, rupees 20 denominations, rupees 50 denominations. There are 100 notes. There are 100 notes. Out of 100 notes, some notes are of 20 rupees and some notes are of 50 rupees. The total value, see here, the total value is rupees 4100, and we have to point out the value of rupees, a number of rupees 20 notes. See here, the total value is rupees 4100. 4100, and you have to get the value of rupees 20. This is also based upon the same situation. Certainly, see here, there are 100 notes. Out of them, some are of 20 denominations and some are of 50 denominations. You have to pick up the number of rupees 20. That means you will have to suppose all the notes are just opposite of 20. That means 50. In that bundle, all the 100 notes are, each and every note is of rupees 50. That means total value would have been rupees 5000, but the total value exactly is rupees 4100. You must get the difference here, that is 900, and this must be divided by the difference of the two denominations. That means rupees 50 minus rupees 20, this is 30, and 30 is a 900. Since you have supposed all notes are 50 out of them, certainly this will be the answer of the opposite. That means 30 notes are of 20 denominations of rupees 20. This is your final answer. I have applied the same method in such type of questions. You are to apply the same method. Whenever the negative situation, whenever in a herd there are two groups and all the reports must be given to you, certainly you have to take this step. Your answer must be 30 notes. Match the answer. Question number 8, 30 is the correct answer. Now, coming to question number 9. Coming to question number 9. See here. The question number 9 is, in a box there are 90 notes of denominations. 90 notes of denominations, rupees 100 and rupees 50. Rupees 100 and rupees 50. The total value is rupees 7000. This is the question I am explaining to you. This is the question. Total value of rupees, total value of the denominations is rupees 7000. You have to point out the number of 50 rupees notes. That means you have to point out this. See here. Certainly again, in such type of questions, you have to do like this. All the 90 notes are of just opposite denominations. That means you have been asked how many notes are of 50 denomination. You will have to suppose all notes are of 100 denomination. That means there must have been 9000 total value. But this is only 7000 total value. The difference is 2000. This must be divided by the difference of the two. That means directly 50 you can write here. For copy I am writing this. And 50 40 ja, that means 40 notes must be your answer. There are 40 notes of rupees 20 in that bundle, rupees 100 in that bundle. This is the correct answer. Match the answer. 40 must be the right answer of question number 9, and that is not done. Very simple method. You can go through the basic method as well. I have already described the basic method too. Now, question number 10. See question number 10. Question number 10 is, in a group there are 50 boys and girls. 50 boys plus girls. Each boy to be paid rupees 80. Each boy to be paid rupees 80 and each girl to be paid rupees 60. Girl. If the total payment be rupees 3600, total payment be rupees 3600. Find out the number of boys there. Number of boys. See here again the same situation, the same trick is being applied here. Since the question has asked you find out the number of boys here, certainly you will have to suppose all the students just as girls. Okay, that means had there been 50 girls, payment must be 3000. But the payment is 3600. You have to get the difference, that is 60, and this must be divided by the difference of the two, that means 80 minus 60, 20, 30s are. That means since you have supposed all are girls here, you are getting the values of boy. That means 30 boys are there in that group. Note down. No need to solve through the basic method, as our tricky approach is very easier and very minimizing the time as well. Now come to question number 11. Come to question number 11. A man has 8,000 rupees. A man has 8,000 rupees. He invests some of them at 5% per annum. 5% per annum, at the rate of 5% per annum, and some amount at the remaining amount at the 8% per annum, at the rate 8% per annum. At the end of 1 year, how much? At the end of 1 year, he got, after 1 year, he got 550 as interest, rupees 580 as interest, rupees 580 as interest. At 5% per annum, how much money he invested? This must be based upon the simple interest. Okay, in English as well, simple interest is mentioned there. See here, question has asked you at the rate of 5%, how much money was invested? 5%. See here, this. That means in such type of questions you have to think like this. Had he invested all the rupees 8,000 at the opposite, that means 8% per annum, he must have got 640 as an interest for 1 year. But he has got only 580. You have to take the difference, that is 60, and 60 must be divided by the difference of the two. That means 8% minus 5% equals to 3%. See here, 60 into 100 by 3. 3%. 3 by 100, 100 above, 3 below. That means your answer is 2,000. That means 2,000 rupees was invested at the rate of 5%. 2,000 rupees was invested at the rate of 5,000. This must be the correct answer, rupees 2,000. Of course, this is the correct answer. That means in very easy way you are solving such type of questions. I have solved you question number 11 as well. 8,000 rupees must would have been at the rate of opposite percent. That means 5% has been demanded. That means this must would have been invested at the 8% per annum. You invested all the rupees at 8% per annum. The interest must would have been only 640, but it is only in fact 580. That means you have to get the difference, that is 60 here. 60 must be divided by the difference of the percent, 2%. That means 8% minus 6%, 8% minus 5%, that is 3%, and you got the answer 2,000 rupees. Next. Next question is, see here, next question is of another type. In a class there are some benches and some students. In a class there are some benches and some students. Certainly if there is a classroom, some benches will be there and some students will be there. It is a fact of a classroom. It is, you can say, a definition of classroom as well. That means in a class there will be some benches and there will be some students. There will be some benches and there will be some students. Question says, if 4 students sit on a bench, 2 students remains stand up. question says to you, if 4 students sits on each bench, two students remains stand up. That means 2 students didn't get the seat. If 5 students sit on a bench, certainly one bench remains vacant. One bench is completely vacant. You have to point out the number of students. You have to point out the number of students in that classroom. See here. Suppose this will be solved through only basic method. That means there will be one equation formed, and certainly you have to calculate that equation. You will be getting the right answer. Certainly x benches are there. You have to suppose x benches are there. Okay. If 4 students are sitting on a single bench, 2 students are remaining stand up in the classroom. That means x benches are completely filled up by sitting 4 students in a single bench. That means 4 into x students are sitting in that classroom, plus 2 students are remaining standing there. That means this is total number of students. Certainly, if 5 students are sitting on a single bench, only one bench is remaining vacant, completely vacant. That means x minus 1 benches are completely filled up by 5 students on a single bench. That means these are also the number of students. These are also the number of students. This must be equal. And now this is 4x plus 2 equals to 5x minus 5, and this is x equals to 7. That means in that classroom 7 benches are there. You have to point out the value of x. Students. That means 4x plus 2 equals to 4 into 7, that is 28, plus 2, that means there are 30 students in that classroom. This must be the correct answer. 30 students is your final answer. Match the answer. 30 students is the right answer. Note down this first. That means in such type of questions, you will have to go through the basic method only. In basic method, you have to suppose the number of benches. That is, supposed here x benches are there in a classroom. Certainly, on each bench there are 4 students sitting. Certainly, 4x students are sitting, but 2 students are remaining stand up there in the classroom. That means 4x plus 2 students are certainly there in that classroom. Since 2 students remained stand by, that's why the arrangement was changed, and on each and every bench there were 5 students be seated. 5 students on a single bench be seated. Certainly one bench remained totally vacant. That means x minus 1 benches were occupied by 5 students on each bench. Certainly x minus 1 into 5 students are there in that classroom, and 4x plus 2 students are there in classroom. Certainly the classroom is same, the students is same, are same. Certainly this must be equal, and after equality you got the value of x, that is 7. That means in that classroom there are 7 benches. And 30 students. Match the situation whether it is correct or not. In order to have the practical knowledge, see here, this is the correct answer, no doubt. You have to make it through practical approach. See here, now each and every scenes are clear. See here, 7 benches and 30 students. See here, there are 7 benches in a classroom and 30 students in that classroom. If 4 students sit in a single bench, 4 into 7, 28 students will be sitting, but 2 students remaining standing condition. If you make an arrangement for 5 students in a single bench, certainly 6 benches, 6 into 5, 30 students will be consumed, will be adjusted. That means one bench will be remaining totally vacant. That means your answer is correct. This is your basic explanation. Now this is the last question of today's class. This was simplification class 1 for English medium batch, and I started from question number 1 and came at the end of question number 12 perhaps. This is the last question of today's class. Thank you.